Hey guys, so I was sitting out here and enjoying the day off. It has been a great and sad week, all at the same time, and you know, that's just that's life. And on top of all that, you know, I keep hearing about rates dropping, the Fed raising the interest rates, housing decline, all that. But I got an interesting twist to things that I want to share with you. Just hang tight and we'll talk about it. So, I am sitting out here enjoying the day. It's about 10 to 9 here in Alabama, and this is a Thursday morning, and this is the 16th of June. So, y'all will actually be getting videos around the time they're released for a while. I have been super slammed with work, doing good, Lord blessed us. And then me and Tammy done a little mission trip, a little mini mission trip, and that was awesome. Got to do that. Hadn't got to do a lot of that, and you know, in the last few years. So looking forward to that. And then, when, you know, when things are going really good, something bad happens. So I had an aunt, my daddy's last living sister, passed away. I think it was Friday of last week, and I preached her funeral Monday. And so, a little sad. It was a lot sad, don't get me wrong, but got to see some of my family members I haven't seen in a long time. That's the way it always goes, right? At funerals, you see people you never get to see. So, it was good to see them. Not in that situation, but it was still good to see them. So, a lot of things going on in our world right now. And a lot of, it's nothing new, what I'm trying to say. Since our existence, you know, since there's been an economy, it's always been like this. Always. It never has been like this. It might be for short periods of time, then it usually drops off, either slow or fast. And usually the climb is slower than the drop. But it's always been up and down. That's just the way it goes. Nobody's ever seemed to be able to balance out the economy like it needs to be without having dramatic losses and gains. And actually, guys, that's how people get wealthy. You buy in the downs and you sell in the highs. And that may be why it never gets balanced out. Move this camera just a little bit. But, boys, my pooch is in there. The twins, Groot, Bentley, they think stranger danger. Somebody's out on the porch. Hang on. Maybe they'll be quiet. So, but anyway, that's how wealthy people get rich. They buy in the lows, sell in the highs. And I'm not telling y'all nothing new. What I want to tell you today is, it's a combination of a lot of things I've told you in the past. And that is, if you are financially sound, you can weather the storms. Not only that, I think I read a report a couple of days ago that said the last year or last year and a half, there's been 10,000 new trucking companies added. And what they're talking about that is MC companies, MC number trucking companies. Over the road, basically. I'm an MC trucking company, but only because I live close to the state line. I wouldn't have to have all that, but I crossed 2 state lines. So, what you know, the air keeps going. So maybe I'll be able to talk over that and y'all be able to hear me. But But anyway, 10,000 new trucking companies. Well, that sort of dove off the prices a little bit because there was a lot of people looking for a small amount of work, right? Well, then I heard a couple of days ago that there's some companies sort of manipulating the laws and allowing people to come from Mexico, haul and deliver into the United States, and on their way back they're carrying loads, basically making round trips and going back to Mexico, carrying cheap loads, because the rules and the laws of Mexico is different than the States, and they're saying that's driving prices down. I don't know all the details on that, but something like that. But I want to tell you something that will defy all of that. If you have a sound bookkeeping, a sound company, and a sound way of doing business, once you weed out, and there's always going to be people doing cheap freight, there's always. But if you weed out some of these guys that are not so sound, when the market starts going good, you're going to reap a big benefit right off. Now, eventually, it may catch back up. You might get a bunch of people with cheap freight, and it might come off a little bit. If you can withstand those storms, you'll make more in the up than you'll lose in the down. Does that make sense? So, it goes back to what a lot of economists say, 3 to 6 months in the bank, and stay ahead, keep money in the bank, make a profit or don't roll. That's the number one thing. Make a profit or don't roll. And what I mean by profit, y'all need to read that book I suggested, Profit First. It even took what I thought to another level. But you don't make a profit until everybody's paid. And guess who everybody is? You. And you don't make a profit unless your capital expenses is covered. In other words, whenever your truck wears out, you got money in there to get another one. Or whenever your tires wear out, you got money in there to get another. That part that's got to get paid on every load. Every load. Now, I'll give you, if it's an emergency coming home, really you shouldn't take time to worry about a load anyway if it's an emergency. But if it's not an emergency, you shouldn't be coming home unless you're making a profit. And your profit, my profit's different. We'll never agree on what to profit. I'm just laying out the things that actually attribute to real profit. Profit First talks about that a lot. If you get a chance, buy the audio version and plug it in and listen to it. There's some of it, I was out in Cloud 9 when one or two of the chapters, but for the most part, I got the gist of it. But if you're financially strong, you're going to withstand the storms, and when the market goes back up, you're going to reap big, big, big benefits. But the thing about it is, when the market goes back up and you start cashing in, you got to keep doing the things you were doing before, because when that market drops off, you got to be strong to withstand it. You get what I mean? And so, hang in there, guys. I know a lot of you guys are using your heads, and there's a lot of arguing amongst everybody, and I don't want to get into that arguing amongst everybody. I know what works for me. It's worked for a long time, and I've seen people that's done this, and I've seen people that's worked cheap that they don't make it. In the other business me and Tammy was in, we'd have years where there'd be a ton of people get into the business, and everybody's rate was dropped. I never dropped my rates. I had this theory, which it was easier to do here locally. There were 2 or 3 big companies like us, and then there was 5 or 6 little companies that had 1 or 2 rides, where we might have had 20 to 30 inflatables. They might have had 1 or 2. Well, they'd go in and do stuff for nothing. Well, my wife would say, well, they're going to hurt us. I said, no, they can only do 1 event a weekend, and we can do 8 or 10. We're going to make money, or we're not setting up. They can lose money on their 1 event, that's fine. But we're going to make money on ours. They'll rent theirs out. We might lose 1 event, but the other 8 will make us more than the 1. I'm not coming down to them for my 8 because they done their 1 for nothing. You get what I mean? Alright guys, I hope this was helpful. Drink you another cup of coffee. And another good perk to being a little bit financially sound, you know what? If they don't call today with a load, oh well. I've worked 2 days this week, and I've done pretty good. So if I don't work the rest of the week, oh well. I'll drink me some coffee. I'll go loafering and go see my nieces and my little nieces. Go play with them and find my nephews if they're at home. Go play with them. And too hot to go fishing. For me it is. I'd mow the yard, but it's too hot for that. But anyway, you don't have to worry so much. It takes a lot of that off of you. So, anyway, guys, hope you guys have a great day. Remember what I always say. Well, wait a minute. Don't forget the link below. Mytee Products. We're not going to push the beefjerky.com anymore after this video. I'm not even going to promote them in this video. I'm just telling you why. It was a one-sided relationship, and you guys didn't seem too interested in it. So, versus me pouring everything into the commitment and them putting nothing in it, you know, not really as committed as we was. Let me just say that. And you guys weren't as interested in it. So we're going to drop that, and we're going to stick with Mytee Products. That is something you guys use, and with Mytee Products, it's a two-sided story, and so they give, and we give. We give them a lot of promotion, and they help us with stuff on the other end. Plus, we make a little bit of money if you guys buy. Plus, you guys get deals if you buy. So, it's two-sided, and that's the only relationship that I want. And so, I thought they were both going to be like that, but undoubtedly not. And if y'all guys had been interested in it, we'd have kept doing it. But you guys, I don't think we had a purchase. So, well, I better get off here. Groot and Bentley's going nuts. And so, I'm going there and wring their little neck if they don't straighten up. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Hope you have a safe trip. Remember what I always say. If you want to have a safe trip, you got to start out doing safe things. Inspect your truck. Inspect your trailer. Inspect your equipment. And if you need any equipment, click the link below. See you guys.